Hello and welcome to Dan's Diary, House Build Style, week 37, and I've got some progress for you for this week. The tiling went well, the electrician put some lights in, the columns were built for the sunshade on the patio, and there was a bit of rendering around the outside, and the doors turned up on site. So they're stacked in one of the bedrooms, waiting until we get a bit further down the line. Right, so we've got 472 members. So thank you very much indeed. That's an increase of 4. So this video, for all you newbies, is dedicated to you. So without further ado, let's go and enjoy this week's progress. Hi, well it's Monday. I thought I'd just take a little journey around to site, see what was happening, so here's the video for today. All of the skirting for the master bedroom is in. Except that bit there. So they've done well in here today. Yeah, there are a couple of areas where something weird's happened. So there's that bit on the left. They haven't done the returns to the door frame, but that's all been talked about and they're actioning it now. Oh, the guys are doing pretty well generally with the skirting. This is the man cave. This is the living room area. You can see they've cracked on well with that. So they're not too far behind the tile layer. Things are going well. Now, as we progress to there on Monday afternoon, because it's Monday afternoon now, in the next few days we need a hole going from there. This is for the camera. No, this is for the CCTV, the gate camera, to go from there all the way down into the modem, which is round the corner under the floor before he lays the tiles. And then there's another one that goes from the modem down and back and then up there into the receiving unit, the screen. So those two need to be installed before we do the tiling. You can see it's quite a meaty layer underneath those tiles, so maybe we won't have to scratch the floor screed too much. We could probably get it underneath one of them. And of course this bit here is hidden behind the kitchen units anyway, up to this area here. So all we've got to do is hide from here around the corner and into the modem. Modem being there. So just go around like that. No biggie. There you go. Work's progressing very well. So the outside boys, they've filled in the hole, they've dug another one. They've done that on both sides, so that should be enough for my the columns, the canopy columns. Although that probably have to go down further. I don't think that's on solid ground. That one is, as you can see, that's a different height. And these ones here are for a planter wall. So I've got a planter there and I've got a planter on the other side as well. These two guys are digging my planter box walls. There's going to be one wall there, planter in the middle. Thank you, boys. And I've just watered those and the other plants that are planted, and I've just watered those as well. So they're living for another day at least. This guy's just filling up any holes we've got. So it looks like that at the bottom. Very good. Looks like we've started to render the pathway blocks, because we can't have blocks visible, so they're going to render those. I'm sure the painters are going to give it their special touch. Yeah, very good. My planter box at the side. So this is the front of the house, the doorway. So he's put a coat on the front there. We've got a bit of a coat on this bit here. Yeah, there's a bit of a coat on that thing as well. Yep, slowly working his way around. The hole in the garage wall for the Wi-Fi. And about 10 minutes later, there they were working again. He's now going round the corner. Hold on. As you can see, the kitchen guys turned up with their wood. They've commandeered the guest bedroom, and they're making up the carcasses in there, and then they will position them in the kitchen, ready for us to move them about 10 times when we install the windows and the CCTV and the lighting and do the painting. But that's the way they're going to do it. So good luck to them. And here, my friends, are my beautiful doors. Lovely piece of hardwood, and crazy as it may seem, we're currently thinking about painting over these a light grey colour. I'll maybe have to talk to Joy about this. Give me your feelings in the comments section. Painted or varnished? Wednesday's progress on Ronnie's floor tiling. I've cleverly hidden the drain pipe in my planter. I've got one on the other side of the patio as well, which I'll show you later. Here's another planter. That'll be filled with soil and then plants. The bit on the right will be grassed. The bit on the left will be grassed. The workers have rendered the side of the pathway right round to the back, and there's a little video in a minute of them in progress. I think it's coming now. There it is. There it is. And if you didn't believe me, you will in a minute. The planter for the other side of the patio. Now, filled with soil, filled with plants, it's going to look great. That's Wednesday. Just for a bit of amusement, this is the location on Google Maps. I'm guessing that's got to be 4 years old, but as you can see, it's covered in forest, which is exactly the condition it was when we bought it. And back to construction, and as you can see, we're making up the reinforcing bars for the there's Max, for the columns on the patio to hold the sunshade. And that, for anyone who didn't know, is how you bend reinforcing bars into their correct shape and size. The CCTV guys were here today threading their cables from the front wall and the gate intercom up the driveway, through the house, round and into the position where the main modem will go. There's Ronnie doing his works, and hopefully all should be well. Good morning everybody, Saturday on my way to site. I didn't go yesterday because I had to renew the Hayabusa's insurance, which wasn't a pleasant experience. 35,000 pesos, ay. But it's insured for another year. What are you going to do? Right, so I'm expecting 2 days worth of videoing here. So let's, without further ado, let's go and see what's happened. The CCTV cable, as I was telling you before, this is the route that it's taken from the entry door into the house. Well, the scaffolding's up at the front of the house because we're roughening that surface there, because we're going to put some deco stones there, some wood like deco stones. So that should look quite nice, shouldn't it? Talking about deco stones, Ronnie seems to have finished those in front of the kitchen. Extractor hood opening in the middle. Yeah, looks quite nice, quite pleased with that. I wonder if he's done these in front of the bedroom. Looks like, yes he has, all the way to the top. So that one's finished. So I wonder how far if he's done that, it means he's run out of the floor tiling. So let's see how far he got, shall we? Well, there's the tiles. God, what's going on? There's the floor tiles. I think he got... Oh, look at that. Almost to the man cave. He's obviously made good the tile, the cable entry. So that's as far as he got. It looks quite nice, I must be honest. He's doing a great job. You know what, I've had to do a voiceover to all of these videos on today because there was music playing in the background, so I'm trying to disguise it as best I can. Right, here's Ronnie in the visitor's toilet, putting on the first of the tiles, because obviously we've got these tiles, so he can drop onto this. Just making sure it's all square. These bathrooms in the Philippines have to be at a lower level, so any water that leaks goes down the drain and doesn't flood the rest of the house. So Ronnie will be doing this room and the other bathrooms, laundry room at a different level. What's happening here? Oh, the electrician's just making good a couple of wall holes where he's fed the wires for the CCTV entry point camera. And that's our little diagram that I showed you before on how it works. Where are we now? Oh yeah, this is the feed, go to where the modem's going to sit. The modem's going to just sit there where that wire comes out, so that's one of the chasers he's backfilling at the moment. Well, upstairs in the guest, no, take two. Upstairs in the master bedroom, we have the holes made in the ceiling, ready for the lights. So there's 4 in there. In this area we've got 4, so there's 2 already installed and 2 more there installed, so that'll be nice. So when you switch the light on, I think it's a separate switch, these 4 can come on. The, what would you call it, upstairs living room, lounge, bedroom area has got 4 lights. Flick the switch, these 4 come on, so there they are. They're in place. And the main sleeping area has got 6 lights. And they're all, well, the holes are made and most of the lights are in place. So when the painters get cracking, they'll just repair any slight ceiling repairs that are needed. But generally speaking, I think we're ready for the windows and the doors. And then a splash of paint. We've made that, there was a big hole there, do you remember? Well, we've made that good. Got the water supply coming out, we've got the drain hole. So there'll be a little sink there, you know that, I've talked about that a few times. He's put the cable going from there into there. And the CCTV boys turned up and they fed several cameras. Each one of these is a camera through the wall, ready to be received in the distribution boxes and the DVR. I wonder how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 leads. There's 13 cameras there. I think there's a few more. I think those cables are still in the ceiling rolled up. In fact they are, because I think we've got 18 cameras. So I think there's 5 or so, which are the upstairs ones, all feed through, but that lot's the rest of the house. There you go. So, as soon as we get a couple of windows down and the doors in, we can slap the first coat of the finished paint. So, progress in the upstairs bedrooms looking reasonable for this week. You see, we want to put the power on, so the electrician's been going around putting lights in and connecting all of the switches up, ready for that. All right, let's carry on and have a look, see what else has happened. the stair ceiling. Well, there's a spotlight that's been installed. That loose wire is for my downlighter. I've got a fancy downlighter that hangs down. I think that ceiling's going to get painted dark, which will add a contrast. I think it'll look nice. Yeah, the music's still blaring, so I'm still doing these voiceovers. There you go, workman working away. Oh, there's my columns. The start of them, there's one there, there's one over there, you can see. They'll obviously go up to the height of the reinforcing bar sticking out there, and then there'll be a sunshade that attaches into here. I'm just designing the sunshade at the moment. I wanted a flag on it, I wanted a British flag, but they don't do them, which is a big shame, so I'll just get a standard one for this for the moment, and then maybe get an England flag stitched on myself, and then I can replace it at a later date. Right, let's have a look at how the render boards have gone on. I think we were about there on Wednesday, weren't we? I can't remember, but we've done all of that bit. We've done round my plant box, and my plant box is done. Round the side of my curving patio, we've done that plant box across the back of the house all the way, and they've gone up to about here somewhere. So they're going well. No problems with this. Well done, boys. Yes.
Madali mo na dun para makakapag-ano ka rito. Ha? Iyan.
Upload ka na.
Kapag tayo yun.
3, 2, 1.
Well, that was a good week. Bit of progress. Nice to see something on the inside continuing. Next week we should have more lights. We should have more tiling. The handrail uprights should be installed. Windows. Joel and me got fed up about waiting for this window subcontractor. So it's supposed to be 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, then it was last week, then it was this week. So we said, no, we'll go with someone else. So Joel placed an order with someone else, I think it was yesterday. He's used them before. So they've promised, or they've hinted, you can't say promise in the Philippines because it never happens. They've hinted that they might be delivering windows next week, towards the middle or end of next week. So fingers crossed that'll happen. Electricity, permanent electricity supply might happen, but at the same time actually mid to the end of next week. Joy has to, in the Philippines, the owner of the electricity for the permanent supply has to go on a one-day course or a seminar, so you know what you're doing. So Joy's got to go on this one. Joy's got to go on this one-day course to learn about electricity and the do's and don'ts of messing with it. What else we've got to do? That's about it really. So apart from tiling and a bit of render, and maybe think about doing the spot painting, that's about it for next week. Anyway, you've seen this week's, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Hello, Dan Thompson here, and welcome to Dan's Diary, house build style, week 30, 40, 57, it feels like it's 50, wait a minute. That was a good week, wasn't it? A little bit of progress on site, so we can't complain about that. Now, I do have an issue with two things. Firstly, the window company. A bit like the roofing company, I can smell something going bad. As you know, the roofing company caused us no end of problems, and we've still got to go over that roof to make sure that it's watertight, fill in any gaps and do some repairs. So that's a little bit of a black cloud hanging over the construction at the moment. Well, the other one that is the windows. Windows were supposed to turn up 2 weeks ago, then it was last week, then it was this week. Finally, Joel and me had enough, and we cancelled the order, and Joel's gone to a subcontractor that he's used before on another project in Orani, which is quite close to where I am, in Abercay, and they have said that they can get the windows, or some of the windows, on site next week, maybe midweek towards the end of the week, but certainly we should be on for some windows next week. So fingers crossed that happens. So I wish you all a happy week next week. I hope you're well, that was fucking hell.
Game over.